Yat A Shike Do Shidane She Annalisa Rockbridge Winshia. Yes, all is good. I'm Annalisa Rockbridge and I'm going to be your asana guide today. This series is day 1 of 14 and it's called 14 Days of Joy. So I hope you enjoy. Let's start sitting down on the mat. And then once you get on your mat and you arrive, go ahead and lay down onto your back. And as you lay on your back, if you like, you can go ahead and have your feet planted at hip distance apart and maybe have them a little bit wider, maybe the width of your mat, and then allowing the knees to fall in towards each other. This might help alleviate any soreness or tightness in the lower back. If you like, you can also extend both feet straight out in front of you. Have your hands onto the earth with the palms facing up. And let's connect with our breath. I'm going to have my feet planted with my knees buckled in. Placing both of my hands onto my belly and taking a nice smooth deep breath in through the nose, feeling how the belly rises up. And then as I exhale through the mouth, slow and gentle, feeling how the belly drops in, gets smaller and smaller towards the spine. And let's do that again. Nice, smooth, deep inhale through the nose. Expanding the belly, letting it get big. And then when you're ready, soft, gentle exhale through the mouth. Allowing the belly to get smaller and smaller as it moves its way towards your spine. Let's do that again. Inhale through the nose. Let the belly fill up and the hands expand. Exhale, let it go gently through the mouth, allowing the belly to get smaller and smaller. Let's do that 2 more times on your own, connecting your breath to your body. Very nice. And then when you're ready, if your legs are straight out in front of you or if they're bent, allow the legs to stretch all the way out in front of you. And then drive through the heels. So push your heels as if you were pushing against a wall in front of you. And then when you inhale, draw the right knee in towards the chest and choose to either interlace around the shin, which is below the knee, or interlace behind the knee, whichever is most comfortable to you. But as you lay here, continue to breathe in through the nose. And then this time, keeping the lips sealed, exhale the air through the nose, activating your Ujjayi breath. And there should be a little bit of sound of resistance like the waves crashing in the ocean. One more time together. Inhale in through the nose. And then as you keep the lips sealed, exhale and let go of the right leg, extending it out in front of you. And then when you're ready with your next inhale, draw the left knee in toward your chest. And again, choosing which way to interlace, either around the shin or behind the knee. Smooth, deep breaths in through the nose. Gentle exhales out through the nose with the lips sealed. Keep drawing that knee in towards the chest. You may notice that one side is easier to draw in towards the chest. Just bringing some awareness into the body today. As you exhale, let go of that left leg and extend it out in front of you. And then let's draw both of our knees into the chest for Ekapada. Very nice. Uttanasana. So giving yourself a nice little hug, maybe rocking side to side, giving your lower lumbar a massage. And then when you're ready, we're going to change the interlacing of our hands to behind the knees, and then we're going to rock and roll up the length of our spine until we come into a seated position. Very nice. So let's make our way into a tabletop position. This is where we're going to stack our knees directly below our hips, and then our Wrists are going to be directly below our shoulders. Setting up in a tabletop position, push down into the feet, push down into the shins, and push down into all 10 fingers. With an inhale, draw your chest through your sternum, let the tailbone go up towards the sky, and the gaze can stay neutral at the baseboard if you like. As you exhale, allow the chin to come into the chest, lower belly goes in and up, the tailbone draws down towards the mat for cat pose. Again, inhale in through the nose, draw the sternum through the arms, belly drops down towards the mat as the tailbone lifts. Maybe the gaze starts to walk up towards the wall into neutral. As you exhale, pushing down into all 10 fingers, rounding out that upper thoracic spine as the tailbone drops down towards the mat. Inhale. Try to push down into your hands and get the biceps to roll forward and the triceps to roll backwards in this cow pose. As you exhale, rounding that thoracic spine and the lower belly goes in and up. Doing 1 to 2 more on your own. We're not in any rush. The hardest part about today was showing up, and you've already done that. So these are all just bonuses. Very nice. So let's make our way into our first Adho Mukha Svanasana, which is downward facing dog. All we're going to do is walk our hands forward just ever so slightly and make sure that they're at shoulder distance apart. We're going to protect our wrists by pushing down into the pointer finger and thumb. Let's tuck the toes behind us and then lift the hips up and back for Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. If you need to shorten your stance, I understand, but look back at the feet and make sure that they're about hip distance apart, and then allow the heels to display outwards, tucking behind your second toe. Again, keep pushing down into your pointer finger and thumb to protect the wrists, evenly distributing your weight from the hands to the feet. If you like, you can come high up onto your tippy toes, put a deep bend in the knee, and that allows space in the back of the spine as well as on the sides of the waist. And then when you're ready, allow the heels to come down towards the mat. They do not need to touch. If you're a fan of pedaling out your dog, that's where we lift both of the heels up and then allow one heel to drop as the other one stays lifted. And then when you're ready, just switching that out so that the opposite heel drops and the opposite heel lifts. Very nice. Let's walk our hands back to meet our feet. And let's put a deep bend in the knees so that the chest rests onto the top of the thighs, tenting the fingertips next to the feet. When you're ready, begin to straighten out your legs any amount that is comfortable to you. Once your chest begins to move away from your thighs, stop there. Start to shift all the way forward into your toes and using your hands as traction from toppling over. Inhale and exhale through the nose, allowing the crown of the head to come down towards the mat, and keep shifting that weight forward into the toes. We have a tendency to want to lean back here. When you're ready, our hands are going to come onto our hips, and strong legs and strong spine are going to rise us all the way up into the sky. Hi, everybody. Okay, so let's make our way up to the top of the mat. And we're going to find Tadasana. So in Tadasana, the big toes touch traditionally with a sliver of space in between the heels. However, if you have any sensitivity in the lower back, allow the feet to be at hip distance apart, and that might alleviate any soreness. As you stand here, let's push down into the big toe. Let's push down into that pinky toe, and then find the corners of the heels. Let's activate the thighs and the hamstrings by pulling the inner arches up, and that helps by pulling the kneecaps up the legs. Very nice. So let's draw that tailbone down towards the mat, and these frontal hip points, let's pull them up. And these front ribs, let's draw them back to meet the back ribs.
And then pull the back of the ribs up off of the waist so we grow tall. Very nice. Let's allow the hands to rest gently next to our waist so the palms face forward. And then let's take our gaze either to the baseboard or they can softly close. Setting an intention for your practice, maybe for the rest of the week or for these next 14 days. Maybe the intention is just to work on the Ujjayi breath. Maybe the intention is to listen to the cues and the offerings instead of anticipating what's going to happen next. Let's begin. As we inhale, the arms float forward and above. The pinkies are going to lead up towards the sky. Palms face each other at the top of your head. Pick the back of the ribs up off the waist by growing tall. And then exhale, fold over your thighs for Uttanasana, forward fold. Keep shifting that weight forward into your toes as you straighten out your legs. With an inhale, hands can slide up the legs, underneath the knees on the shins, and then the back and the spine grow long as you look straight down in front of you for Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, fold back over the thighs. Inhale, stand all the way up into the sky. This time the palms touch and look up at your thumbs. As you exhale, let's pull it straight down the center for Samasthiti. Very nice. Let's do that again. Inhale. This time, the arms can float out to the side and above your head. Palms are going to face each other as the chin stays level with the ground. As you exhale, fold over your thighs for Uttanasana. Keep shifting the weight forward as you straighten out the legs. When you're ready, lift your head up for Ardha Uttanasana and pull the shoulder heads away from the ears. Exhale, fold back over your thighs. Inhale, stand all the way up, circle the arms up above your head, palms touch, look up at the thumbs. As you exhale, hands come straight down the center. Last time together. Inhale, float the arms forward and above. Let the pinkies lead. Palms face each other, and then exhale, fold over your thighs, Uttanasana. Keep shifting the weight forward into the toes. Inhale, grow long through the sides of the waist for Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, fold over the thighs. Inhale, stand all the way up into the sky. And then as you exhale, hands come straight down the center for Samasthiti. Very nice. Let's build onto that. So you can either choose to have the hands out to the side or floating forward and above. When you float the arms forward and above, this allows for a full external rotation through the shoulders. And then the palms face each other at the top of the head. As you exhale, you fold over your thighs for Uttanasana, forward fold. Shift the weight forward as you inhale. Come up halfway for a long spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold over the thighs. The right leg steps back. The right knee comes down towards the mat. Very nice. As you inhale, float the arms up and above your head. Draw that anchor down into that left heel and then draw that left hip back. Reach high for the sky. And then as you exhale, hands come straight down the center. Framing the left foot, pick up the right knee and step the left foot back. So you're at the top of a push-up. Allow both of the knees to come down towards the mat. Untuck the toes and then bend the elbows halfway. Chaturanga Dandasana. As you exhale, fold all the way out onto your mat. Push down into the tops of your toes and then draw your ankles in together. Push down into that pubic bone and then draw your hands back next to your ribs. Elbows go in towards each other and then with an inhale, push down into your hands. Lift your head up, Bhunjanasana, baby cobra. Exhale, forehead comes down towards the mat. Push back up into that tabletop position and then lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Very nice. Taking one breath here on your own. Let's prepare for the left side. So look up at the hands. This time the right foot steps up and the left hip comes down. Or, I'm sorry, the left knee comes down. As you inhale, rise up, the arms above your head. Anchor down into that right heel so that the right knee is stacking directly above it. Draw that right hip back and guide that left hip forward. Lower belly goes in and up. Reach for the sky. And then as you exhale, hands come straight down. Lift that left knee up. Step the left foot up. Inhale, come up halfway for a long spine, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, fold over your thighs. Inhale, stand all the way up into the sky. And then as you exhale, the hands come straight down the center. We're going to do that 2 more times, continuing to build the heat within our body and just recognizing how our body's feeling today. Again, inhale, float the arms up and above your head. Palms face each other. Grow tall. As you exhale, hinge over your thighs. Uttanasana, forward fold. Keep moving the weight into your toes. As you inhale, lift the head. Hands can come up the thighs as you keep shifting the weight forward into the toes. And then exhale. This time, the left foot steps back and the left knee comes down. Inhale, come up halfway. We're on a low lunge. Very nice. Keep drawing that right hip back, guiding that left hip forward. As you exhale, hands come straight down. Pick up that left knee and step the right foot back. How quietly can you pick up the right foot and step it back? This time we're going to shift forward onto our tippy toes and then bend the elbows halfway for Chaturanga. Flipping over the tops of the feet, keep the knees and the hips lifted for Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. As you exhale, pulling the hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Again, just recognizing the heat that you're making within the body. Maybe noticing how the exhales have shortened. Looking up at the hands, the left foot steps up and the right knee comes down towards the mat. Inhale, float the arms up and above your head. Draw the left hip back as you guide the right hip forward. Reach for the sky. And then as you exhale, hands come down the mat. Pick the right knee up. Step the right leg up to the left foot. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Lift the head up. Keep shifting the weight forward in the toes. As you exhale, fold over your thighs. Inhale, stand all the way up. Palms touch. Look up at your thumbs. Exhale, hands come straight down the center. Very nice. Last time together. Inhale, float the arms up and above your head. Palms touch or face each other. Chin stays level with the ground. Exhale, hinge over the thighs, Uttanasana. Keep shifting the weight forward into your toes. Inhale, come up halfway for a long spine. Draw the shoulder heads away from the ears. Exhale, fold over the thighs as the right foot steps back, right knee comes down towards the mat. If you like for this next one, let's scoot that knee back ever so slightly as you inhale, lift up through the hands. You can sink down into that right hip as long as that left foot is anchoring down with the knee stacked directly above it. Guide that left hip back as the right hip sinks just a little bit lower. The lower belly goes in and up. As you exhale, hands come straight down the middle. Pick up the right knee and step that left foot back as quietly as you can. This is yogi's choice to either put the knees down or do Chaturanga Dandasana with the knees lifted. Inhale, push down into your pointer finger and thumb to protect your wrist. As you exhale, hips come up and back, downward facing dog. Very nice. Without skipping a beat, let's just step that right foot up to the right hand and allow the left knee to come down towards the mat. As you inhale, lift the hands up into the air and sink a little bit deeper into that left hip. Stacking the right knee above the right ankle, drawing the right hip back. Lower belly's going in and up. Picking the back of the ribs up off the waist as you lift high into the sky. Exhale, the hands come down towards the mat. Lift the left knee up and then step the left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, folding over the thighs. Inhale, stand all the way up as the palms touch and look up at the thumbs. Exhale, hands come straight down the center. Samastitihi. Very nice, everybody. So let's take up this nice real estate of a mat that we have, taking a nice wide step out to the side. From here, from deep within our hip socket, let's externally rotate that entire thigh, knee, shin, and foot 90 degrees. This back foot, let's drop it back at a 45-degree angle. If you need to widen your stance, that might help with a little bit of stability, but let's just make sure that that right foot has an imaginary line to the back arch of the back foot. Let's put a deep bend in that right knee so it stacks directly above the right ankle, and then our hands are going to come out to a T. Very nice. Let's take a peek down at that right knee. Let's make sure we can see our second toe. If you can't see the second toe, guide your right knee towards your right pinky toe. Sink a little bit deeper. Nice, strong Tadasana leg in the back, sealing the back of the mat. And then as you inhale, spread across the chest and the collarbones by reaching back with your left hand. The gaze can be either at me or you can look over your right middle finger. Virabhadrasana 2. And breathe. Nice, smooth, gentle inhale in through the nose. Let the chest rise up. Keeping the lips sealed as you exhale the air through your nose. When you're ready, the right forearm is going to come onto the right thigh as the left arm sweeps up into the sky. This is our Parsva Konasana. As you inhale, sweep that left arm past your left ear. And then as you exhale, get the belly and the chest to rotate up towards the sky. Inhale, keep guiding that right hip back underneath you. And then as you exhale, keep getting the belly and the chest to move up. Let's pull our forehead away from the midline by looking up at the corner of the ceiling. Very nice. One more breath here. And then when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and come back into that Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten out that right leg and then parallel our feet out. Very nice. So from here, we're going to go hands onto the hips. Inhale deep into the nose. Lift the chest and the sternum up. And then as you exhale, fold over your thighs so that the hands land underneath your shoulders. We have a tendency to want to lean back in this pose. So lean forward into your toes and begin to walk your hands back to meet your feet. Keep the elbows drawing in towards each other as your head begins to move down towards the mat. It does not need to touch. Making sure that the elbows are drawing in. Draw the shoulder heads away from the ears. Again, let's shift forward into our toes, feeling the stretch within our adductor muscles. When things get difficult, we begin to hold our breath. If you're holding your breath here, I invite you to exhale now. Begin to walk your hands forward. Inhale, look up. Hands come onto the hips and stand all the way up into the sky. Very nice. So let's do the other side. From deep within the left hip socket, we're going to externally rotate that left thigh, knee, shin, and foot out 90 degrees. This back leg, we're going to drop that heel back at a 45-degree angle. Good. Put a deep bend in that left knee, and then hands come out to a T. Make sure you can see your second toe by pushing your left knee towards your left baby toe. Reach back with your left hand so you spread across the chest and the collarbones. And then keep the gaze over the left middle finger. And breathe. Trust that you're here. Trust that you landed in the pose. One more inhale in through the nose. Smooth, gentle exhale out through the nose. When you're ready, the left forearm rests onto the left thigh. Inhale, sweep the right arm past the right ear. Exhale, belly and chest go up towards the sky. Inhale, pull the forehead away from the midline by looking up at the corner ceiling. Exhale, belly and chest go up towards the sky. You're doing great. Continuing to breathe here for 2 more breaths on your own. Your body may begin to tremble, and that's completely natural, completely normal. Just breathe through it. When you're ready, hands come up into a T to pass through Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten out that left leg and then parallel your feet one last time. Nice job. Let's hands onto the hips and then heel toe our feet in towards each other. Good. And then let's make our way up to the top of the mat. We're going to have a seat onto the mat. And we're going to lay back down onto our backs. We are going to set up for Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, which is bridge pose. So walking the feet back so that the ankles are stacked directly underneath the knees and the feet are about hip distance apart. Anchor down into your feet, anchor down into your hands by placing them next to your waist. And then when you're ready, the hips and the spine lift up into the sky. Let's not worry too much about alignment right now. Let's just see where we're at with our energy, with our breath, the heat within our body that we've made. When you're ready, begin to lower down, articulating your spine 1 vertebrae at a time. Very good. And let's make any minor adjustments we need to. So feet are at hip distance apart, ankles stacked underneath the knees. Hands are next to the waist, anchoring down into the mat. When you're ready, push down into your hands, push down into your feet, and then lift the hips and the spine up into the sky. If you like, we can go ahead and interlace the hands underneath us by drawing the right and the left shoulder underneath us. Push down into your hands so that we spread across the chest. And then without actually moving your feet in space, try to drag your heels back towards your shoulders. This is going to loosen the flesh of the gluteus maximus. Lift the hips up high, draw the ribs in. Very nice. When you're ready, begin to lower down onto the tops of your wrists, maybe giving a little baby massage by rocking side to side. Letting go of whatever holding on to right there. And then when you're ready, one last time on your own. So anchor down into the hands and feet. Lift the hips, lift the spine. If you're choosing to interlace underneath you again, choose to interlace one pinky finger over. It's going to feel really weird. It's the non-habitual way. Continuing to breathe. Hips are high, belly's in and up, ribs are drawing back. When you're ready, let go of whatever you're holding on to and begin to roll down onto your spine, onto your back. Very nice. So just sitting here for a moment, maybe recognizing the difference of the heart rate, how it's lowered, how your exhales have now begun to lengthen to meet your inhales. Let's let's keep laying down onto this ground. And if you like, place both of the feet onto the mat. And then as you inhale, lift your right leg up into the sky. Choose to either interlace behind your right thigh, or if you like, you can grab onto your big toe and do a yogic lock with the peace fingers and thumb. If you like, you can go ahead and extend that left thigh straight out in front of you, and then internally rotate that left thigh. So allow the left thigh to turn inwards towards the midline. Being honest with yourself, letting go of the ego. If you can't reach the toe, go ahead and interlace behind the hamstrings. One more breath. As you exhale, both feet come down towards the mat. When you're ready, as you inhale, left leg extends up into the sky. As you exhale, the right leg moves out straight forward. Again, choosing to interlace either behind your left knee or grabbing onto the big toe. Maybe right here you recognize how one side of the body is a little bit tighter than the other, and it's better to always do the latter of the two. It doesn't mean it's the easy way. It just means it's the way that we honor our body, our truth. Again, push down onto your right thigh, trying to get that right thigh to internally rotate towards your midline. Applying baby pressure onto the top of the thigh, and then getting the toes to point up into the sky. When you're ready, the left leg comes down and meets the mat and extends straight out. When you're ready, both feet come onto the mat. With an inhale, cross your right ankle over your left knee. This is a beautiful stretch right here. Flex your right foot. Push onto the tops of your thighs, feeling any sensations that you might have right here in the body. If you're not feeling anything like a deeper stretch, allow yourself to inhale and then interlace your hands either behind or around your right shin. If you had to lift your head up to reach for any of those, let go of whatever you're holding on to. Place the foot back down. Place the head and the shoulders back down towards the mat. Flex the right foot. Inhale. Place the hands behind the knee. And then as you exhale, gently push onto the right knee with the right elbow. Keep flexing the right foot as you move onto your left hip so the left ankle and the left shoulder are in line with each other. You're doing great. Breathe. If you're in California, smelling in the fresh rain. When you're ready, allowing both feet to come down towards the mat. As you inhale, the left ankle crosses over the right knee and pause. Let it go here. Gently pushing on to the tops of your thighs, flexing that left foot. When you're ready, as you inhale, again, keeping the head and shoulders on the mat as you reach to interlace either behind your knee or around your shin. Flexing the left foot and then moving onto your right hip so that the right ankle and right shoulder are in contact with each other. Continuing to breathe here. When you're ready, as you exhale, let go of whatever it is you're holding on to, and then extend the legs straight out in front of you. Allow the hands to either rest onto the tops of the belly or onto the sides of your waist. And we're setting up for our final pose of the day, Shavasana. This is one of the hardest poses for most people to master. So let's try to begin today. As you inhale in through the nose, allow your right hand to get heavy and meet the earth. Let the palm face up. Externally rotating all the way through the shoulder. Breathing in through the right arm. Breathing out through the right palm. Inhaling into the right hip. Bring awareness to your right leg as it externally rotates and gets heavy, opening up towards the right. Continuing to breathe in and out through the right side of the body and exhaling out through the right foot. Let's do the left side as so we to walk around this earth even. Inhale in through the nose and let the left hand get heavy and open up to the left. Breathing in through the left arm and breathing out through the left hand. Maybe the belly is rising up as you inhale and it's falling back down towards the mat as you exhale.
Breathing into the left leg as the left leg gets heavy. Surrendering our body to Mother Earth, letting her protect us as she has every day before. Inhale in here. Let the right leg open up. Let the left leg open up to the left, externally rotating out. And as you breathe here, relax. Bring your attention to your belly again, just the way we started. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, letting the belly rise up. And then exhaling through the nose, letting the belly fall, getting smaller and smaller. Let's move our hands onto our bellies as you continue to lay here on your mat, listening to the rain, listening to Mother Earth cleanse everything outside you today. As your belly's hands rest onto your belly, breathing nice and smooth deep into your hands, letting them expand with every breath. And then as you exhale, gently guiding the belly back in and up. Inhaling smooth, soft, gentle inhales through the nose. The belly expands, the hands expand. Exhaling gently through the mouth, letting the belly get smaller and smaller. And just taking these last couple of moments to yourself, allowing yourself to rest, allowing your breath to be your guide. Inhale softly in through the nose as the belly rises up. Exhale softly through the mouth as the belly gets smaller, moving towards the spine, in and up. And just remember, if your mind begins to wander to a memory, a plan, or a sensation in the leg, honor your thoughts, but recognize it's moved away from your breath. And begin to breathe in through the nose, letting the belly fill up. And then allowing a nice, smooth, gentle exhale out through the mouth, letting the belly move in towards the spine, going in and up as it goes smaller and smaller. And if the mind continues to wander to noises in the room, again, honor those thoughts, but recognize it's moved away from your breath. Smooth, gentle inhales in through the nose. Smooth, gentle exhales. Sinking a little bit deeper into Mother Earth, continuing to surrender, allowing all the rain that is falling to cleanse the space around us, preparing ourselves for the new days to come. Last time together, so let's take a nice, smooth, deep breath in through the nose. Allow the belly to fill up as big as it can. Let the hands expand. As you exhale, let the belly get smaller and smaller. And then when you're ready, let's begin to wake the body back up. Maybe little small wrist circles, little small ankle circles. And then when you're ready, there's no rush. Let's roll over to our favorite side. This might be the left side or the right. Either way, one of our hands will get heavy and make contact with Mother Earth. Let it rest there on Mother Earth, receiving what she has to give.
taking these last moments to yourself in this fetal position. Feel the support underneath you as you push down into your hand to lift your body up into a seated position. We're not in any rush to get back to those emails or those text messages. So moving slowly, meeting in a seated position where the right leg is crossed in front of the left. Allowing our hands to rest either onto our thighs, palms facing up, or they can rest onto our knees, palms facing down. Allow the chin to move in towards the chest as the gaze drops down towards the mat. Recognizing that always the hardest part of everything we do is going to be showing up. And you've already done that. The highest light in me sees and honors the highest light in you. Ahyahe. I hope you enjoyed that. Tomorrow we will be doing a workout that will be a little bit of a workout method. So today was to introduce our bodies into how we get in and out of different poses, what it feels like to build heat within our body, and to become familiar with some of the words that we're going to be using. As I said, tomorrow for day 2 of 14, it will be more of an exercise class. So we will be doing intervals of a high interval training. And then we're going to be mixing that in with a little bit of yoga sequencing. So I'm excited. It'll be about the same amount of time for the class tomorrow. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great day.